You don't think it's black and white like that?
I don't think it's black and white. And I think that the concept of destruction or end needs to be embraced. I think we're really afraid of endings. We're really afraid of change. We're really afraid of the whole concept of death, and I think like we should as a culture actually like be more aware of those things, because then it comes out in these really perverse forms of like genocide and war. And if we embraced our mortality.
You're saying
better.
embrace our shadow side. That's different from...
No, not our shadow side, just the fact that life ends. Life, like the cycle of life. The cycle of relationships, the cycle of things, the cycle of seasons.
Scoot up like about 6.
The cycle of seasons.
Scoot your chair if you
Well,
can.
that's what Pema Chodron talks
There you
about a
go.
lot. I
There
don't know
you
if you
go.
ever read her. She's like a
That's
philosopher. But I mean, like, and her whole thing is that, like, in a lot of Western hierarchical societies, the concept of death and endings and change is people are really scared of it. That's why we're so afraid of relationships.
That's different than what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying, like, it's okay to destroy some things.
But you know what? If people were to be more conscious of their own mortality and stuff like that, and stuff like that, they may be more hesitant to go to war.
Right.
And things like, I mean, if they would give, instead of just blocking that stuff out and then going and like killing millions of people and stuff like that, if people would realize, hey, we're all mortals, well, at least some of us are. They say that the royal family and the Bushes are actually shape-shifting reptilian life forms that are able to...
I love conspiracy theories. I think they're so fun. They're so fascinating.
Well, that one just sounds right on to me. I think that...
Sounds right on to me, too.
it sounds too good not to be true. It's like, finally, this is the only thing that makes any sense.
My friend made a t-shirt. She made an iron-on. It says conspiracy, not just a theory anymore.
Oh, God. Your grandmother?
No, my friend.
Oh, your friend. I thought you
Friend
said
of
your
mine.
grand. Oops.
So, but I think that... I do think it's but yeah, I mean, I guess like just, nope, I'm good.
Oh, I think we're talking about different things entirely.
Yeah.
We really
We
are
are.
talking. I'm talking about
Destroying
situations where you have a mother who has a 45-year-old son still living with her, and she's paying his tax bill because he just is so irresponsibly doesn't know what to
Yes.
do, and she thinks it's the right thing to do.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Is the phone caller going to talk about me? It's Matt Howard.
Hi, Matt. Matt's watching. We have
Hi,
someone
Matthew.
watching. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad there's somebody watching! Yay!
Hi, Matthew.
Oh, I'm sorry. So are you sitting around the house in your boxers? Is that what you're telling me? He's sitting around the house in his underwear watching us. Oh, Jonathan's clapping out front. Go ahead. He's feeling a little under the weather. So go ahead. What has caused you to call? Oh, okay. He just wants to say hi. Hi from Matt.
Hi, Matthew.
You still have, he has your Erdies.
Cool.
Cool.
I'll be here tomorrow.
She'll be here tomorrow.
How many did she get?
How many did she get?
2.
Hey. Hey, Doris. How many did you get? How many did Ursula get? Hey, how are you? With what? Oh, yeah. Okay. Also, Doris thinks that the Bushes are reptilians.
She does too. That's a consensus.
And she thinks that's why they send young men to war. Yeah, and you think that's why they send young men to war. I'm trying to translate.
Old men with talcum powdered hands and money have been sending young men to war since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of this time.
Whatever this
All
time
right, well,
is.
tell us how many Erdies does Ursula have?
How many Erdies does Ursula have if Ursula could Erdies?
2 first place?
How much because
Two first places, yay!
Ernie statuettes.
I need a haircut.
Here, let me give it. Here. Talk to them.
Hello. Hi.
What a nice.
Yeah.
But you really cleaned up.
Can you hear it?
I love it.
Up. It's up to the top of the phone.
You did really,
Can you
really
hear
great.
it?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. He's talking.
Do it like that.
Cultural arts. You
Can you
came
hear
in
it?
first place.
Hello.
Oh well. The rest of us can just go ahead and.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. I'm looking at the radioactive
Nice.
elements.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, Matthew, Howard, will you be here tomorrow?
All right.
Okay, well, bring him tomorrow. I'm coming in tomorrow, but I should get off the phone because I'm doing stuff and I'm on live TV. I'm on live TV. Who wants to watch this? Not me.
I know.
You could watch this.
This
at
is
a
not
drugstore.
scintillating.
It's
This
not
is
fun to watch your
boring.
friend have
Get
a
on
phone
the
call,
phone,
at,
Matthew.
at home.
This is not scintillating.
Unless you were like, oh, tell him I said hey.
Let's get to some more controversy.
Yes. Controversy.
Thanks, Matthew.
I'm
gonna do something
more
really
about Carl
entertaining
Mollpower's
for the URT.
interview.
Creative outlets.
Interview.
Ready?
All right, we're trying to find out more about Calm One Power's creative outlets.
There.
Put it on your face. It's more animated on your face.
Okay, I'll put it on my face. Okay, bye.
So tell us, did Carl have anything to
I
say
don't know
about his
if I-
I'll do it.
creativity?
Did Carl know that word,
Look at
creativity?
me, you guys.
Creative outlet, did that ring a bell with Carl?
I said, what is your creative expression? And he said,
Work.
No, I was like, Carl, you're going to have to do better than that. And I was like,
Did you
"Come
say
on."
that? Did you say that?
Kind of, I was like, okay, there's got to be
Not
something
even
else.
like cooking. I love to barbecue.
And then I said, do you keep a journal? Do you write poetry?
No.
And he goes, well, I write letters. As you know, I write letters. I'm like, uh-huh. And then I said, do you do a little landscaping around the house? And he's
He
like,
hires
yeah.
it. Does he?
He said something about that. And I said, do you like to get involved in the decorating around the home, like the home decor, like what's going where? And he's like, well, I'm a conservative Republican. We don't like to admit these things. And I said,
I'm a
well,
conservative
even
Republican.
Conservative
We don't-
Republicans
the
have
wife
creative-
decorates, not the husband, you know?
that's her role.
Exactly. I mean, we're conservative. Let me read to you the definition of conservative.
And then I
I
asked
have a
him.
Stepford wife.
I asked him about arts funding, how he feels about funding Asheville artists.
Says he's going to just flood it with money.
He
doesn't
said, "Well, I believe in government, and I believe in there was
Private,
people or
probably
workers or I
private.
don't know." And he said, "When government helps people, it makes them weak."
So,
Yeah, I was like, "Okay."
so the government should oppress the people and make them strong.
Yeah, because when you
That's-
oppress someone, they get
They get
strong
stronger.
fighting you.
They
You know,
get
it makes a
strong.
lot of sense.
That's
It's
it.
like
Make
a
them
good
strong.
father is really, really abusive and mean to his
That's
kids to
right.
make them strong.
That's right.
It makes
so that no
sense.
one, no matter what happens in life, they'll say, "Ah, "You're not as bad as my old man. He was the devil."
It's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me sad a little bit.
You'd have to beat me within an inch of my life every day to get my attention. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, I should go. I have things.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Did you have a cup of tea?
No, I'm
Oh.
okay. I've been drinking tea all day. I have some sort of, I don't know if I have a cold or I'm allergic to something, but things are going funny back there in the tubing.
That happened to me, and it lasted a long, long time, and it's never really gone away. And I have a pain in my eyelids, if that makes sense. It feels like my eyelids are, so it feels like the back parts of my eyelids and eyes are bruised.
You sound like you have fluid up there.
Maybe. I
Is
don't
your
know.
eyesight blurry?
Yeah, my close up is. Right now it's not too bad. I can see pretty good, but yeah, it has been.
Do you have diabetes?
Yeah.
Could be, what do they call it, cataracts?
Nah, I don't know.
No, because that's on
This
the
is
eye.
just something
If
that
it
sort of
feels like
came
a
up suddenly.
bruise,
Yeah.
that's fluid.
Oh, okay. Well, it
I
just kind of
think
came up
you've got some
suddenly.
fluid back there. You better go get that
You
checked.
better be careful. Okay, everyone,
You
thanks
keel over
for
like,
letting
like
me be on
Tim
live
Russert
TV.
and boom, you're dead.
Can I have a piece of that?
Of this, yeah.
I think the Glow Lady needs to do more tarot readings on the
Tarot.
live
Oh, have you?
TV.
We had a graduation last night for Studio A. Have you seen Psychic Therapy?
No.
Have you seen Psychic? Y'all haven't seen our hottest new show.
Nope.
What is that? I love it. I want to be on it.
Can I show you a little bit of it? Will you?
Yes.
Okay, let me go get a DVD. I've got a DVD right over here. Wait a minute.
We're gonna preview. We're previewing.
I'm going to show you just a
So
touch.
unattracted, I'm just chewing gum on this.
I'm just going to show you a touch of Psychic Therapy because you need to. This is a new show, and it rocks. This rocks. The two women that do this show are just an absolute hoot, and
Look how funny
you'll
it is.
see.
Here, let me see.
You will see. You will see. Okay, let's see. We'll put the DVD up like that. Okay. Oh,
I look like Big Bird.
yes, you do.
Big Bird.
Yes.
Big Bird. Mm-hmm. What's this tune for Sesame Street?
Such a weird part in my hair.
Da-dee-dee, da-dee-da,
Okay.
da-dee-da.
Okay. Are y'all ready for this?
We're ready.
This is it. This is.
Hurt me one more time, please. Hurt me one more time. Once was not enough, you see. Hurt me one more time. People think I'm so strong, but if they only knew just how weak that I am when it comes to you. Hurt me one more time.
Hello, I'm Paula Andrea, and this is Cosmic Therapy. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm by myself tonight. Bridget was a little bit under the weather. You know, she had that base wedge bunionectomy, and she just wasn't feeling good, but she'll be back on Saturday night. So I think I'll just wing it tonight by myself. I'm certainly glad to have you tuned in, toned on, toned down, turned up, whatever in the world's going on with you. And it's what kind of night is it tonight? Oh, Sandy, we're in the big studio tonight. That's a big, big deal, ain't it? I can see myself too. It looks right good. Had my hair done. I like it that color. It's a little bit light, but it's all right. All right, Sandy. I'm glad that we're in here. It's a different kind of feel, isn't it? So we'll just have to try to get adjusted to this. Cosmic Therapy. For all of those of you who don't know anything about what cosmic therapy is, I can't give you a clue because it happens as it happens. Whatever happens is what happens. I'm a firm, I'm going to use that word that I don't like to use, believer that all things happen for a divine reason and nothing happens out of order, nor does anything happen by accident. And so for the next 30 minutes, what I'm going to try to show you is how everything is connected. No matter what in the world that I do, I've got a table full of goods up here. I've got books, I've got cards, I've got playing cards, I've got tarot cards, I've got cosmic therapy cards. Yes, I got cosmic therapy cards. I got a art book. I've got an art book up here. And I've got, let me see, some of the books I've got. I've got some Emerson. I got the Holy Bible. I've got the I Ching, which is really the Yi Jing. I've got some quantum physics going on. I've got a lot of books and different things. And what I'm going to do, what I usually do, is I start with a theme. And as you can see, we've got a telephone number strung across the bottom of that monitor up there, and so at any time during the show, if you feel like it, you can certainly call in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that not a single solitary thing in your life happens by accident. Every single solitary thing that happens from the time you get up in the morning, the first thought that you think is going to govern your day, and then the last thing that you think at night is directly tied to that. All during the day, you are seeing clues and signs and omens that are directly and specifically related to your life. You just don't realize how the ordinary, insignificant, little teeny things that happen during the run of a day mean something, if you pay attention. But the majority of the time we're asleep, and we don't pay attention to anything unless it knocks us down. But let's see what the theme tonight is. Okay? Never defend, excuse, explain, plead, justify, or apologize. All right. Never defend, excuse, explain, plead, justify, or apologize. Now, just before I went on the air, I usually do this when I'm on the air, but I just was sitting here and didn't have anything else to do, so I went ahead and pulled a cosmic therapy card from this deck, and I'm just going to see how that particular card goes along with whatever that theme was.
Okay. Anyway, so that gives you a little taste of what.
Don't you think that sounds like George Bush's philosophy?
What?
Never
No.
defend, explain,
Right.
think,
No, I don't think.
or apologize,
Right. Or admit you're wrong.
or admit you're wrong.
Right. Well, anyway, she's a good one. She's an awesome romance counselor.
How do you mean?
Well, I've just seen her when she takes calls, you know. Come on in. You have some
romance
old
counselor.
newspapers with you, I see.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Well, wait a second. Let's not finish it.
Well, I just finished the thought. I just noticed that when she's talking to people, you know, I've heard her say things, and she says, I've heard her say things like this, like, honey, if you can't let go of him, he's already gone.
She's like.
She tells it out. She is not messing around, and she just clues you in. She says, you know, take a look. She's real good, though. She is.
Has she given you any romance stuff?
No, she's not giving me any advice. Usually, we're always so busy with technical things, you know, that we.
Are you doing the sound for her?
No, but these were my students. They just.
Oh, okay.
They graduate. They did this class first, and they've
Okay,
been
Studio
doing their
B,
show out of.
Studio Blackwell.
They've been doing their show out of Studio B, and then they took Studio A, and that was their graduation, was their first show out of Studio A, and so that was. Didn't you think they did a fine job?
I thought she was fabulous.
Yeah, she is fabulous.
So how y'all been?
I've been all right. Let me turn your mic up. There you go. Now you can
Not
be heard.
that important.
Now you can be heard.
No, y'all were talking about UFOs yesterday. You remember that picture here? I was bringing this one by. These are just some old papers that I've kept since I was a wee little lad, and this one just caught my eye. You remember?
I remember that one. I think. Let's see.
Remember
When was
that
that?
one?
Was that about 5 years ago?
Or something when it's on the paper, but you remember? I thought the weird part of that. deal was-
93. That's been more. That's been more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was I think the shot over Belgium that they called actually.
Okay.
That's one of the.
Oh,
few clear-
this is Dr. Greer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was a real weird coincidence, him being the UFO guy, since he delivered my last child also.
Did he?
Just kind of.
He delivered your last child. Did
Yeah.
he come out green?
Yeah, well, he came out some color other than pink immediately, but definitely. Yeah, I was just looking around, you know. you were talking about anarchy all the time, and I was just thinking, we almost slipped into anarchy the day that happened. You know what I'm saying? We almost slipped into it.
You know what? If we'd known what was going on that day, we might have. We might should have.
These are real old papers there from the day after President Kennedy was assassinated. Some of you
That's
may
from
still have it.
November of 1963.
The day after, yeah. And the thing that I found interesting in all this was this very last line right here. You know how that whole Warren thing was going on, and they were trying to figure out how many people actually was out shooting that day and all that. This last line right here from the very next day says, doctor says, when asked to specify, Perry said the entrance wound was in the front of the head.
Right.
Well, everybody's always saying the rifle took out the back of the head, you
Right.
know. So I'm thinking, yeah, there was 2 or 3 shooters, is what I'm thinking.
Right.
But the front of the head shot kind of bothers me. I think they've doctored that film up over the years. And if I remember right, and I generally do, I don't get much
Back and to the left.
back and to the
He was
left.
hit on
right.
the front in the right, and it threw him back into the left.
The reason that whole mess come about, having that investigation over that extra shot that they think they heard or didn't hear, was the driver shot.
Oh, you think the driver shot him?
The driver turned around in a reactory mode. He sees blood splattered all over the dash from Conley, right? His first reaction is somebody's behind him shooting, so he turned around. I think he might have hit Kennedy's head when he flung around with his pistol. I'm just,
Well, that's a new one. I hadn't heard that one.
well, this makes the most logical sense of any story out there. To me, it does, and I think logically, I'm pretty good at playing chess and all that stuff. But I'm not good at making tea like you, so I came down to enjoy some.
Well, I hope
Well,
you
have
do.
a pimento cheese sandwich.
Yeah, you did
I've
probably
never
do.
really been hot on pimento cheese, so which one's got the
It's-
least amount on it?
It's homemade pimento cheese. It's not store
I don't
bought.
believe in lying to protect feelings, so.
Okay.
That's perfectly all right.
Well, I had a shrink tell me it was the thing to do.
Well, he was lying.
That's what I told him.
Oh, well, a shrink will lie to you in a minute. That makes me madder than anything. A shrink that's lying to you, sitting there lying to you, playing
This is the
you.
one that the court sent me over to the violence thing years ago, right? Because
Yeah.
I got mad one week. So this is the shrink.
Got mad one week. All right. I
Takes
stay mad.
Takes a lot, man.
Oh, I get mad weekly.
This was the shrink that they sent me to for the anger management class. He said to lie to women
Okay.
because it prevents less problems.
Oh, bull. You know,
That's what he said, honest to God, a trained licensed psychologist employed by that courthouse over there to do that job and told me to lie to women.
because women can't take the truth is the implication.
That's what he was implying. Exactly. And I thought that was a low shot towards women, and I thought it was the wrong thing to be telling somebody to do in a day when we're supposed to be
If you
doing
can't
better.
take the heat to get out of the kitchen.
Right.
I've got big beefs against them around here, and they know it. And
Well,
they're scared to
the
death
field,
of me.
the field attracts some very weird people. There are some good therapists,
Mm-hmm.
but in general, you have to really, you got to kiss a lot of toads before you find a good one.
I don't believe in therapists.
Grab me another one.
I believe in someone that'll sit and listen to you while you need to talk. But I
Yeah.
don't believe in therapists.
You don't believe then they ought to tell you what to do.
Well, everybody with
had
a
a really
degree's
different
got a way to
mind.
go do something different, you know, and that don't make it right. All these college-educated people on Wall Street just blew everything real big in the last year, right? So, I mean, I watched my stock
Now,
tumble this week.
somebody's getting rich off of this.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't Joe Blow, the ordinary dude?
You know, the last time, let's see, wasn't war in Japan started over oil? Just how much is the world supposed to get robbed before we all started each other's throat? That's what I'm wondering, because, you know, they've run this fancy idea all year long that there wasn't a recession or anything, and people I know been
yeah.
around in depression here
This
for
isn't a
4 years.
recession. Welcome, John
Hello.
Robinson. Have you got a clean cup there in front of you?
It looks fairly clean, yes.
Well, we'll have some tea. This is ready to go, I know. We might try a little of both.
And pimento cheese is not bad. I'm slow to eat it, but
Have you heard about the algae oil?
yeah,
Oh, that's
that was a
interesting.
good deal. Branson, I saw Branson's face hooked to it, so I think it's got some potential.
This is why I do not get concerned about peak oil. Because I have heard of at least 3 different alternative means of getting oil since I've heard of from peak oil. So it's not that big of a deal to me.
And algae oil, is that the new coming thing?
That's a new coming thing, yep.
Well, why?
You get oil from algae
Yep.
in the ocean?
Well, you can cultivate it on land, but yeah,
Oh.
essentially the same thing.
Well, my stab at the inflated oil prices is, we got a couple of pellets though. So I'm not buying any
Hey.
oil to heat with this year.
We gotta get away from burning
Good.
combustibles altogether. If they wanna use oil, it needs to be fractions
Okay.
and nothing else. And if we
Matt Howard
don't,
says hi.
Who?
Matt Howard says hi.
He said that earlier.
Okay.
Isn't he drinking?
Are you drinking, Matt?
if we don't,
Okay.
I see,
You know, how people get to drinking
Bad
there,
things.
get into their
Do a
liquor and
call,
start calling
everybody.
people.
I will deliver your vote for solar.
Usually late at night, long distance.
Matt advocates solar and wind.
Solar and wind, yes.
I advocate
what I
solar,
advocate,
but
too.
windmills,
I think burning stuff is okay, but I
it's a
think
train
people
wreck.
should have wood burners and stuff like that. You want to get away from fossil fuels, because this is carbon that's been locked up for centuries in
we
the
gotta get
ground.
away from combustibles altogether. If we
Look.
don't, there won't be no great-grandchildren. This ozone level's bad. You know, might as well just say it like it is. People try to beat around the bush and be politically correct, but we're in serious environmental trouble. People need to wake up, stop consuming so much of this energy.
Right,
People need to start walking to work.
right. I'm going to drive to Washington and protest.
Hey, take
I
an,
would, but I can't afford the gas.
take an RV. You could camp out there.
Yeah, is that right? Are they letting people camp out in Washington?
No, just being ironic. RVs are terrible.
No, but it's probably gonna be tent cities again before too long.
Hey, drag up a chair. I got a message from you last night.
I did? Mm-hmm. Oh, email, right? Okay, yeah.
Now some of this looks a
Yes.
little darker.
Hello, do you ever find all your papers?
You know,
Let me move my
no, I
papers,
didn't
speaking
hear
of
anything,
papers.
so-
And
We've got
that's an
some gas.
unused cup there where she's going in. Pour some of that in her cup too.
Kurt, sit down and
I'll
message.
survive.
That's the type she
Yeah,
likes.
yeah, same.
You have to-
He said to
God,
go
that's
ahead and give you
service
some.
for you,
This is
huh?
your type here.
How is everybody?
Is that plenty?
Good.
Oh, that's good. God, traffic is awful. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, boy. Because I took a wrong turn and I was looking for a bank and I took a wrong turn and it cost me 15 minutes.
You were looking for a what?
A bank.
Oh, a bank.
A bank where I didn't have to pay $3 to get my money out. To get my own money out.
Those are few and far between now.
And you
I know.
spent $5 driving around
Yeah,
looking for
that's
it.
right. Yeah.
Right. That's
What
what's
can you
going
do,
on. That's what's going on.
Actually, I have a bit of a plug to make
Okay.
for a nonprofit thing. I have been put in charge of the Firestorm Book Club. And this July 28th, which is a Monday at 7 p.m., we're discussing the first book of the Firestorm Book Club,
All right.
which is Anarchism, A Short Introduction by Colin Ward.
All right. Lovely.
It's a delightful little book, very handsome volume. You can pick it up at there, or if you have your own copy, you can bring it. That doesn't really matter. But everyone should come on by and discuss a great book and
All
learn new
right.
stuff.
That is excellent. That is excellent. And when does the book club meet?
The fourth Monday of each month. So it'll
fourth
be
Monday of
July
each month.
28th at 7 p.m. is the next one.
Every week, every month, you should come in at least twice and plug, telling us the time that is leading up to it.
I will do that.
So that everybody can know. You should come in once at the first of the months and tell people what the book will be, so that if they want to get the book and read it, you know what I mean. And then near the end, so that they can come to the meeting. So I was going to say, I'm hoping that temporary autonomous zones is going to be.
I would definitely like that.
on the list sometime soon.
That's my vote for this one coming up
for
soon.
one of the upcoming books, one of the soon upcoming books. I would say.
Although
What was it called?
Temporary Autonomous Zone by Hakeem Bey. Very good book. Although he has a new one coming out called the Black Fez Manifesto,
Oh, really?
which sounds great. So I want to read that one too.
There's a few things bothers me about anarchy, right? Isn't that a lawless state?
Ew, mint things.
And then a
How
state
could I
where
not?
there's
They're
no
not.
law.
They're not yet.
It's New Orleans after Katrina.
It is not New Orleans after Katrina. New Orleans after Katrina was under the direct control of the United States
Problem that bothers
military.
me about the way that I interpreted anarchy
Now,
to
before
be
the
is that
military got there,
someone-
that was anarchy, and on the bad side,
someone could run
dark
up,
side of anarchy.
shoot you dead, take your show right here, and nobody will do a thing about it. That's anarchy.
Why is that anarchy?
That's what we're living under.
Why is that anarchy?
Because nobody will do nothing about the person that come up and shot you dead and took your show.
Right, well, who